you recognize that by just relaxing into why is the world so perfect and allowing what to come forth, you can really just let go of a lot of the that you are going to clearly see is total and complete. And you can be so grateful for all the amazing things that you've gotten to experience and are experiencing this very moment. You're able to hear this or read this or see this or experience the emotions that are coming up when I say things. There's so much going on right now. You are here in this moment with me. And how cool is that? Getting to be able to experience this connection, this love, this joy that you and I get to share. And when you can rest in that and then go from there and recognize that that's where you want to be operating from, not from when it's okay outside, then things are going to be okay inside. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be answering the question, why is the world so perfect? Now, you might be like, what the fudge? I'm learning. I gotta like watch the swears at least earlier on because YouTube it doesn't like that. I think it's after you get a minute, 2 minutes in, something like that. Then I can throw the hard Fs and the big Bs and the Cs and the I don't know the MFers and all that. But for now, when you can answer why is the world so perfect, then you will start to see a more perfect world starting to form to you as you live it. And because I get it, a lot of you might be going like, Justin, it's insane. Because it's like, if you're watching the news, it's like there's tariffs, there's horrible things with immigration, and there's people being harmed, and there's wars in the world. And I get it. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying that it isn't something that needs to be improved. Yet, if all you focus on are the problems, you're just going to get more problems. What I do and what I'll encourage you to do and what we're going to talk about is how can you see that this is the beginning of even more amazing things, right? I think also a good question is like, why are you so perfect? Why am I so perfect? Because each of us are perfect. It's kind of like I remember when I used to do computer repair, sometimes people would call in and go, "My computer's not working. I turn the button on and nothing happens. It's just I shake it. I'm doing all the things and it's not working." And more than once, it's like, "Oh, well, is it plugged in? Is the power on?" And absolutely more than once, the answer was like, "Oh, yeah, it wasn't plugged in," or "Oh, the power supply was off," or "It was working perfectly." When you understand how you work, how your world works, you're going to recognize that you're perfect, that the world is perfect. And when you start recognize this, it starts to just become a whole lot more enjoyable and beneficial. Even when the external noise, and that's really what a lot of this is. It really is kind of like focusing on we'll use a little bit of a crass metaphor here. It's like, my body's broken. There's skin falling off, and there's crap that comes out the backside, like it's a complete mess. There are some messy parts to being alive, yet they can be a part of the healthy process of living, growing, getting more information, and coming into stronger, better selves, right? Like it's like when working out, it's sort of like that pain. It's the right amount of pain is, the lactic acid buildup, all that kind of thing is part of the strengthening process. And when we're sick, sometimes that like, the literally vomiting stuff out, getting things out is part of us healing and becoming more healthy. And likewise, when we look at our world, sometimes we see these things as like chaos, like, oh my gosh, it's like the chaos. One of my favorite Game of Thrones quotes is, I think it was like, was it Littlefinger? Littlefinger. His quote was, chaos is a ladder. And basically, when things are going wild, that means that there's opportunity for new things to happen. Chaos is highly related to creation. And because, like, if you look at how a lot of art is done, it's messy. And if you look at the world and you see mess, think of it not in terms of like broken, but in terms of part of the process of creating something more beautiful, more amazing. the world is also really fucking perfect because a lot of great things to celebrate here on the show with me that are going to benefit you. All right. So, first thing, and I'm teasing this answer of how to look at things as part of growth. Before we get going too far, I do want you to know that this is the 200th episode so that we're celebrating. So stick around because lots of other cool stuff is also being celebrated, like the 2-year anniversary of my book and some great freebies on the website. So stick around and make sure that you enjoy the show. So this is episode 200. This is the 200th episode of the Engineering Emotions and Energy podcast. So started it in 2020 and been doing it regularly. And here it's episode 200. And so that is something really incredible to celebrate. So would love for you to, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing, following, leave a comment, tell a friend. Word of mouth is fantastic. And also, if you love the guests that I bring on the show, because lately I've been ensuring that I only let guests that I know are gonna like really bring something amazing, amazing. Yet if not, I just do it because I like to bring amazingness to you. But if there's a guest that you think would be fantastic on this show, please suggest them. Send me their name, contact, or have them reach out to me. Conversely, there's a show that you're like, Justin, why are you not on this show? You would be such a great guest. Again, put me in contact. Would love to be on more shows to get my word out, my message out about how you can see the world as perfect and enjoy your life being perfect. Because one of the things that I used to do is this thing called the Perfect Life Meditation, which part of it was a series of meditations that I walked you through to let you see and learn how your life works and that it's perfect. You just got to kind of know the instructions and how your life works. And good news is that's free. It's on my website. We recently like revamped it. So go to justinwenck.com. There is resources on free resources, free meditation, something like that. And this meditation is great. Lots of people said like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you give this away." I sometimes I forgot that I even had it to give away. So that is there. It's easier to find than ever. So definitely check that out. So we got this 200th episode, got that. And what else do I got for you? Like, oh, no big deal. It's just been 2 years since the launch of my book, Engineered to Love, Going Beyond Success to Fulfillment with Joy, Ease, and Love. That's right, getting out of the fear, obligation, and guilt or fog and into gel. That's joy, ease, and love. That's what the book is all about. Kindle, hardback, paperback, and audiobook through Amazon, also through where all the better sellers have books. If it's not at your bookstore, ask them. Say like, I want this book. If you do go through Amazon, it's banging deal now till I believe we're gonna do 2 weeks to celebrate the 2 years. So from May 5th, so it'd be like May 24th. So May till May 24th. It's like the ebooks 99 cents. I think the 5.99 for the paperback and 13.99, something like that. And then it's based on your geo, it's going to be adjusted. Like so, basically, I have practically nothing on these just to celebrate to get the book out. So if you haven't gotten it, now's a great time. If you like want to get copies for friends or for your workforce, teammates, whatever it is, let me know. And if you'd like me to, come give a talk to your team, whatever it is, again, reach out. Let's talk. So lots of great things to celebrating, like 200th episode, 2 years since the launch of the book. And you might be like, okay, well, that's great for you, but what about for my world, Justin? It's like, so let's take the tariffs for example, right? Like a lot of people are like, oh, everything's going to be more expensive. Yes, no, maybe briefly. Where I see this is it's like I think we're all learning about how the global economy is working more so than we ever thought. And I think we're seeing how a lot of things have not maybe been working to the benefit of most people involved. Like, wherever it is in the world, it seems like there's been something that's been out of balance. And there's been things that have been hidden from us. And so we're starting to see what's really been going on and how things are working. And now that we know, I think there's an opportunity for all of us in the world to shift the system in a way that's going to be a lot more beneficial to all the workers and all the consumers, no matter where they are. Like, I think this shit of, oh, we're going to exploit one group of people, to help another. I think that's time for that to end. That it really should be able to create something wherever you are in the world and be compensated fairly, and you should be able to live anywhere in the world. And if there's something, you should be able to like buy it for a reasonable price if you think it's like fucking awesome. And you should know where it's actually coming from. You should know who's doing it. You should have be able to know how they're being treated. Because I think we're kind of finding out that a lot of the stuff that we think is made in certain places isn't. And we don't necessarily know what money's going to where. And so I think this leads to the opportunity for a much better world for all of us. And is it a little bumpy? Yeah, it's a little bumpy, but it's kind of like, when we're sick and we finally decide to get better, sometimes it's a little rocky during that process, but it's well worth it because the health at the end, it is totally possible to be feeling even better after an illness or after an injury or after something's gone wrong than before. And that's what I really view as, this tariffs thing. And honestly, anything that you want to bring up, I would actually love to do an episode either per topic, or I just do a bunch of rounds, or maybe this is a live. But if there's something where you're just like, Justin, you can't find how this is actually good for the world, there's no way. So I would call the segment or the show, "What Can't Justin Find Amazing About?" Something like that. It's a bit of a play on an Adam Carolla a bit called "What Can't Adam Complain About?" But it's me going to be finding whatever's good about it. So you're like, well, what's good about LAX? And it's like, well, what's great about LAX is that it helps you appreciate how friendly and amazing every other airport that you ever fly through is. Like, that's just what's great about going through LAX, is that you have the appreciation for everywhere else that you might travel through. So, maybe it'll be snarky, but I'll usually try to find like some actual good things. So make sure you send that, either on social media, Justin Wenck, Ph.D. on all the major platforms, or podcast at justinwenck.com. I like to ask, why is the world perfect? Anytime that there's something wrong or something you perceive to be wrong, because it really is just that perception, because that perception is based off of where you are at this moment in time. And when you ask that question, like, why is the world perfect? It makes you kind of like try to shift that perspective and maybe the time horizon as well. And this is often where it's also good to have a lot of gratitude. I know a lot, especially because I live near San Francisco, the Bay Area. So the most recent presidential election here, there were many people very, very, very disappointed, very bummed out. Um, I thought back to when, the 8 years before, when the same president won the election or became president, people were bummed out and thought like the world was going to end. And then I went to the time in between where that president lost, and then the other one that's supposed to make everything better won. And it was like, wait, after the 4 years of the person who was supposed to ruin everything, a lot of stuff still here. If you're listening to this, you're still here. You made it through that period of time. And if you're listening to this, watching this, you probably were able to eat. You probably have some amount of health. And also you made it through the president that came after that. So probably, since you're still listening to this, you're not one of the billionaires able to send Katy Perry to suborbital space, whatever. So over the previous 8 years, your world didn't end, and you didn't become, the billionaire that's able to send a penis rocket with pop stars and girlfriends up in it. So what's the point? Point is that these external things don't really make a big difference one way or the other. What really makes a difference is what's going on internally. And when we change, the world we experience changes. And this is one of those things where I challenge you to try it out. I challenge you to do the digital detox, to stop watching as much news. When you stop watching news, and then every time you get bits of what's supposedly going on, again, that allows me to question, to ask like, well, how is this going to benefit my world, as opposed to going like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. Oh, this is the end of the world. Or, oh, finally, everything is saved. It really is turning inward and recognizing that you create your own world by tapping into your heart, by tapping into your intuition, and by tapping into your vision for the world that you want for yourself and for those that you care about. And so that is why the world is perfect, is because you can do that at any time. It doesn't require anything. You have it, you always have had it, and you always will have it. And that is because the world is, has been, and always will be okay. And when you recognize that, by just relaxing into why is the world so perfect and allowing what to come forth, you can really just let go of a lot of the bullshit that you are going to clearly see is total and complete bullshit. And you can be so grateful for all of the amazing things that you've gotten to experience and are experiencing this very moment, because there's so much happening right now. Like you're able to hear this or read this or see this or experience the emotions that are coming up when I say things. There's so much going on right now. You are here in this moment with me. And how cool is that? Getting to be able to experience this connection, this love, this joy that you and I get to share. And when you can rest in that and then go from there and recognize that that's where you want to be operating from, not from when it's okay outside, then things are going to be okay inside. That's the bullshit. That's the nonsense. That's what is the crazy making. And it's time for the peacemaking, the love making, the joy making. And that's why I'm here after 200 episodes, and that's why I will be here for another 200 or however many. And that's why I wrote my book that, again, like, go till May 24th. It's going to be a phenomenal deal. Like, literally, I can't, I don't think I could price it any lower. Amazon wouldn't let me. I couldn't even make the ebook free. Even though I thought it's like, come on, it's a dollar. Do a dollar. Put a little effort in, because of the universe respects, rewards effort. Doesn't have to be hard work. Just has to be effort in a direction that is meaningful for you. And that's how the flow of energy likes to work. It likes a complete circuit, right? It doesn't like to be, one way cut off. So with that, I would love to hear your ideas for, hey, what can't Justin find as incredible in this world? So go ahead, send me some things that you think are just like awful situations or problems in your life, and I will show you the gift that is hidden there. And I think we'll kind of have a lot of fun with that. Yes, I'd love to hear that. And again, if you had other shows or other guests you think that I'd be a good fit for, would love to know that. So with that, I'm going to call this show a show. And thank you for listening. I know some of you have probably been here since the beginning. And yeah, we're going to keep going. And yeah, if you have ideas to celebrate future milestones, I'm feeling like 250 might be another one to celebrate. I don't know. There's just something about it. So we'll see. So if you have ideas to celebrate, let me know. With that, thank you and good day. Thanks for tuning in to Engineering Emotions and Energy with Justin Wenck, Ph.D. Today's episode resonated with you? Please subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Your feedback not only supports the show, but also helps others find us and start their journey of emotional and energetic mastery. You can also help by sharing this podcast with someone you think will love it just as much as you do. Together, we're engineering more amazing lives.